think I feel like a lot of people, just overwhelmingly heartbroken and sad.
A city shaken by violence.
What if, like, that happened to me?
Shock giving way to solidarity.
I can help that healing process with creative energy.
Fresh calls to make sure this never happens again.
Let me be clear. We do not want to be here.
A commitment to take care of grieving families.
I just want to be able to give that support to them if I can.
Tonight, Boulder is strong. Boulder is resilient. Because Boulder is united. We are all grieving the loss of 10 Coloradans, their lives cut short by an unexplained attack in Boulder. And tonight, we're also taking comfort in learning their stories.
We're finding out who they were, how they helped make this state the incredible place that it is. And we're witnessing an outpouring of kindness, people showing up, ready to help just in any way they can, proving we are Boulder Strong when we lean on each other to get through this.
Good evening and welcome to Denver7 News at 10. I'm Ann Trujillo.
And I'm Shannon Ogden. We're awfully glad you're with us tonight.
More than 72 hours after the attack, the tributes, the memorials, and the vigils are growing in Boulder.
Denver7 Sloan Dickey is there live tonight. Sloan, you spent time at one of the vigils, and many say they're past shock, and now they want to see change come out of this tragedy.
Yeah, that's right. The vigil that I went to was about a mile from here at Fairview High School. It was the largest gathering that I've seen since Monday. Now, the organizers of this rally said they will be advocating for gun reform soon, but today, they said, was about grieving and healing.
Just to say we love you, you're not alone, and you will never be forgotten.
Monica Augustine came with some flowers and a candle to give to family and friends of the 10 people who were senselessly killed on Monday.
To let the people that lost loved ones know they're not alone.
Hundreds attended Thursday's vigil to grieve and heal.
I think it just says a lot about Boulder. Boulder's a really special place to live.
The vigil was organized by Moms Demand Action, a group dedicated to reforming gun safety laws. But tonight the organizer said the vigil was to honor and to remember.
We mourn the lives lost and we grieve, and then we take action. And we tried our best to prevent another loss.
But they said that time was coming soon.
Because this is how we heal. We gather, we grieve, and when we are feeling bold, we act.
Among the attendees were Colorado Congressman Joe Neguse and Jason Crow, who vowed that the suffering would not be in vain.
We can change the laws. We can work to save lives, to protect our communities, and ensure that violent tragedies like our community has witnessed this week never happen again. And I can promise you, on behalf of every single public servant here with us this evening, that we will do everything in our power to make that a reality.
And as a week of sorrow for the Boulder community nears its conclusion,
it has been a devastating week for Boulder, Colorado. And I know many of us are still in shock, in disbelief about the tragedy that unfolded just a few mere days ago.
The city is ready to start healing from its loss.
The city of Boulder is a kind, compassionate, and resilient community, and that we will come together and support one another.
Now, I spoke with a council member for the city of Boulder earlier today, and she said that memorial gatherings are being planned well into the future so the healing can continue. Reporting live in Boulder, Sloan Dickey, Denver7.
Very nice. And for the first time, we are hearing directly from the family of Kevin Mahoney. Kevin Mahoney's daughter says he truly was the best example of a dad. He loved the outdoors and hiking, and was a volunteer for Meals on Wheels in Boulder for the last 5 years, which showed who he was as a person, somebody who went into strangers' homes to become that source of comfort for someone in need. Last summer, he walked his daughter down the aisle, and this summer, his first grandchild will be born.
One thing that makes this harder is being pregnant, but at the same time, it also gives you strength because this is such devastating news and it's so hurtful, but my dad would just want me to be, the mom I will be and to carry on. And so we're going to do that for him.
Kevin's wife of 35 years says this past year during the pandemic was a blessing because they got to spend so much time going for walks, cooking, and watching TV together.
A memorial service for Officer Eric Talley will be held on Tuesday. He was the first to respond to the attack in Boulder. He ran into that store to save lives. The service will be at 11 a.m. at Flatirons Community Church on South Boulder Road. In-person attendance will be limited because of COVID restrictions. You're being encouraged then to watch online, and we will have full coverage right here on Denver7, as well as on your Roku, Apple TV, Amazon Fire, or Android device. And today, Boulder police revealed that they used Officer Talley's handcuffs to take that suspected shooter into custody. Officers say they hope this small gesture can begin the healing process. And we have seen so many beautiful tributes to the Coloradans we lost through words and song and flowers. Look at that, those bouquets stacked up deep at the fence that surrounds the King Superstore on Table Mesa Drive.
And as Denver7's Addie Guajardo reports, it is a busy and emotional time for local flower shops. And they are determined to help people express their support even when words fail us.
There's a heart out here that reads, "Boulder loves you." And in the last few days, there's been a tremendous outpour of support. I've witnessed moments of silence followed by tears. And this is how the community is paying their respects, by heart-shaped balloons, bouquets of flowers, and roses of all colors for all those lives lost. In the last 4 days, people of all walks of life have dropped off bouquets. They tell me this is their offering to cope with the tragedy and find a sliver of peace. It's a sign of a community hurting. And when words fall short, Joshua Dusk steps in to help ease the pain of a grieving community.
You know, you can't take it away, but I get to be in a position where I can help that healing process with creative energy.
Orders have been pouring into Boulder Garden floors since Monday.
Really busy.
When we learned 10 people tragically lost their lives.
Heartbroken.
An emergency shipment of flowers arrived just in time.
Police departments, former employees of King Supers, local businesses that knew people, the victims, they're sending the flowers, neighbors and friends, and a lot of people walking in, just concerned citizens.
I think I felt like a lot of people, just overwhelmingly heartbroken and sad.
Aaron Piling picked up 3 bouquets for a vigil.
It's our way of pausing and observing what happened and taking part in paying tribute to the victims.
Pushing way in. Flowers and arrangements cover the fence outside King Supers, a sign of sorrow and strength. A tribute that allows people to grieve.
I feel terrible about it. It's just awful.
And give back at a time when one can feel so helpless.
They're beautiful. They're soothing. That's what you do. You know, when you lose somebody, when you bury somebody, they're just a way of showing that you care.
It's just so sad that we wanted to show our respect for the people who died.
Breathing hope into Boulder Strong, and a reminder to tell those you care how much you love them.
I tell my friends, you know, I love you all the time.
An employee at the flower shop tells me she hopes the families of the victims find comfort in this growing memorial, showcasing strength and unity in their community. In Boulder, Addie Guajardo, Denver7.
We're also hearing from the family of Terry Lyker, who worked at King Supers in Boulder for more than 3 decades. And her family writes, to say she loved this area would be an understatement. She loved admiring the Flatirons and saw beauty in nature. At age 3, she was diagnosed with cognitive disabilities, but that never stopped her. She was strong-willed and was able to overcome any obstacle. And while devastated by the loss, her family members say they are glad Terry will not have to live with the memories of what happened to her beloved customers and coworkers.
Wow. And while families are grieving, people are finding ways to step in and take care of them.
As Denver7 CB Cotton reports, that kindness extends even across cultural divides.
The written messages hung in front of this Orthodox church speak of heaven and a better place. A place that one woman wants to create here on earth.
And if you're always waiting for other people to do that first, you're going to be waiting forever. Somebody has to take that first step.
And Adita Mayoku is taking one across a cultural divide to help the family of Nevin Stanisic by creating a GoFundMe page. Nevin, only 23, was gunned down in the parking lot of King Soopers after repairing a coffee machine inside.
I just want to be able to give that support to them if I can.
Adita's gesture may seem simple, but it comes on complex history. Nevin's parents are Serbian refugees from Bosnia, and Adita, an Albanian refugee.
And I came to America in 1999 with my family. I have 2 brothers and 2 sisters, and my parents, we all came here during the Kosovo-Serbian War.
As Adita will tell you, political conflicts in Southeast Europe have estranged the Albanian and Serbian communities.
It's really sad, and it's something that for generations I've seen.
Adita wants the present moment to be different.
I just imagined myself and my family, and I thought, well, what if like that happened to me? You know, my family would not know. They're not very good with technology. They would not know how to set something up, but I know that they would need those funds.
While funds won't heal hearts, she hopes it helps Nevin's family in their journey.
She's just a mother. I'm just a mother. And then you just remove where we're from or anything. We just want our kids to be safe. We want to be safe. And that's really what it boils down to.
And to the moment where in tragedy, people find unity.
Our backgrounds are so similar of our parents, how we came here, why we came here, what we were searching for here in America, a peaceful, better life. I just have like the deepest sympathy for them. I'm hopeful that, I hopefully will get to meet them and we'll be able to give them a hug and give them my condolences in person.
We have spoken to leaders from the family's Serbian Orthodox Church, and they tell us they've arranged for these GoFundMe donations to go directly to the Stanisic family. We've got a link to the GoFundMe page over on our website, thedenverchannel.com. Reporting live, I'm CB Cotton, Denver7.
I'm a social person, so this has not been fun.
One of the worst things about the pandemic is the distance it put between us and the people we love.
We've all done what we need to do.
With more vaccines rolling out by the day, some are finally getting the embrace they've waited so long for.
This is our first hug in a year, Mom. She probably won't let go, and neither will I. So I may have to be a resident here now.
This front's going to bring us some snow, but there are also 70s in the 7 day.